Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel for another Halloween makeup tutorial. This one is going to be on this GLAM alien with a little UV twist to it. So if you guys want to know how to get this look for Halloween, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm starting out by doing my base like I normally would, so I'm just taking my Rimmel 25 Hour foundation. Use whatever foundation you want to wear. I'm just going to conceal my under eye area with the NARS Chantilly Radiant Creamy Concealer, just applying a little bit under there and blending it out with my finger. And then I just decided to use the same concealer to highlight the rest of my face. So I'm just applying this on my cheekbones, down my nose, on my forehead, on my chin, and a little bit below my nose. And I'm just blending it out with that same foundation brush. Then I'm just taking some loose translucent setting powder. This is the Ben Nye Cameo powder. I'm just taking this on a beauty blender and just setting all of the concealer that we just placed down. You guys can do your base however you want to do it. This is just a really minor part of the makeup application, but I just wanted to make sure that my makeup looked good underneath the alien makeup. Okay, so I'm going to be going in with my Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca palette today, and I'm going to be using this middle green shade right here called Misfit. I'm taking this on an angled brush. I think this is from Royal and Langnickel. And I'm just using this to contour, but I'm contouring really heavily. And I'm contouring at more of an angle than I normally would, so I'm just starting right above my ear, and then I'm slanting it downwards towards the corner of my mouth, and then as I go, I'm blending it downwards. So I'm depositing the most color right there by my ear, and then slowly blending it out towards my mouth and then down towards my jawline, because I want the color to be strongest right where I first place the brush. And then I'm taking a smaller brush by Smith Cosmetics, and I'm going about a centimeter above where we just contoured, and I'm just creating one more straight line, basically parallel to that one, but I'm curving it upwards a little bit. And I'm just taking that right above that contour line and then stopping it about where my eye stops. Basically, I want to create an illusion that I have this really, really strong, skinny cheekbone that's kind of protruding from my cheeks. So adding this contouring on either side is going to make it look like it's protruding from my face a little bit. So I'm just going in with that smaller brush, and I'm just adding more of that green color to the very edges of the contour just to darken that up a little bit and make it look a little more dimensional. Then I'm taking that same angled brush and blending everything out. I'm taking this darker emerald color called Lemmy, and I'm just going to take this on that Smith brush, and I'm just going to shade the very edges of that contour. As you can see, it's making it a little bit darker, and this is just going to add even more dimension than it already had. And then I decided to kind of drag it down towards my mouth and curve under a little bit to make it look like my cheekbones go towards my mouth and then curve down towards my chin a little. And to blend that out, I'm basically just running that color along the edge and then lightly dragging it down. And then of course I'm just going to repeat the same process to the upper contour line, but blending up instead of blending down. Basically it's just a lot of back and forth between adding color and then blending out. And then since that middle line that I didn't put any green on got a little bit muddy, I'm just going to take some concealer on a small angled brush. I'm using the NYX HD Photogenic Concealer, and this is just going to really get rid of any of the fallout from the green eyeshadow that we might have, and it's going to make that cheekbone look even stronger and more prominent. I'm taking a small pencil brush and I'm applying some more of that dark green shade to it, and I'm using this to just really get right up in there and shade it with some more of that dark green. And then I'm taking a fluffy eyeshadow brush and I'm just going to blend everything together. So basically I'm just repeating the same process a few more times on my forehead. So I'm doing one of these on one side of my forehead, and then I'm going to do another one on the other side. I think I'm going to have like 4 more total across my forehead by the time this is done. So I'm just sketching out where I want the protruding areas to be by placing some green eyeshadow on either side of it and then blending it out. And then I'm going to do one more on either side, and they're going to be about where my eyebrow ends. And I'm not going to connect them to my eyebrow, I'm just going to make it stop like a centimeter before it hits. And then I'm doing one more on the other side, and then I'm just taking my angled brush that we used in the beginning, and I'm just going to blend out all of that light green color, so it's not so patchy and harsh. So like I said, I'm pretty much just doing the same thing all across my forehead that we did on my cheekbones. So I'm just taking that darker green eyeshadow again, and I'm just shading in between each of the ridges, I guess you would call them, that look like they're protruding from my forehead. So I'm just going to go along the lines of those and then connect them along my hairline, and I'm just going to blend that out until the colors mix pretty well together. And again, this is just going to give it dimension and look like they're actually kind of coming forward out of my forehead. So I'm taking that fluffy blending brush again with some more of that light green eyeshadow on it, and I'm just blending the two colors together. And then I'm doing the same thing on my neck and my collarbone area. So I'm just shading these areas between the tendons and muscles on my neck and my collarbone. So I'm just shading those in with a lot of that light green color. And then I'm just taking that smaller pencil brush in the darker green color and I'm just shading everything to make it look deeper. I'm grabbing the lighter green on that fluffy brush and I'm just going to kind of carve out the inner hollows of my eye sockets and then drag it about halfway down my nose to contour the top of my nose. Now I'm picking up a little bit more of that dark green on that pencil brush and I'm just going to carve the very topmost part of my eye socket out with this to make it look deeper. And then of course going back in with a blending brush and blending everything out. So I'm taking my Suva Beauty Hydra Cream Base in Underground. This is a UV eye base. So this is really cool. This is what's going to make it glow under black light. So I'm just taking this on a Lit Cosmetics glitter brush and I'm just applying this all over my lid and then winging it out. I'm also applying it a little bit underneath my lower lash line in the corner of my eye and then stopping it about when I get to my iris. I'm taking the lighter green on that pencil brush and I'm just going to accentuate my eye bags, a la Samantha, and I'm just blending this out with the same brush, and then I'm going to take a little bit of that darker green and just go right over the top of that. This is going to make my eyes look way bigger. Okay, so time for the glitter. I'm going to use my Lit Cosmetics glitter adhesive and I'm going to dip it in this Lemon Tart bright yellow glitter. This glitter is also a UV product, so putting one on top of the other is going to make it stand out even more under black light. You guys don't need to have a black light or go to a black light party to do this. It looks pretty badass on its own too, so don't worry about it. It's just kind of an added bonus if you do end up running into a black light. And then I'm taking Green Machine, which is a bright UV Lit Cosmetics glitter too, and I'm just applying this in the outer half of the eye. So it's kind of a yellow to green gradient. So I decided to go with black lips just to kind of darken up the look a little bit, so I'm using Kat Von D's Witches liquid lipstick. And I'm going to take this Black Magic eyeshadow from the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca palette, and I'm just going to use this to kind of sketch out my brows. Since I shave off the outer half of my brows or so, I'm going to kind of take advantage of this and draw my brows going straight out, kind of like Spock, I guess. I don't know, I just feel like this shape is a little more alien-esque. So I'm just using this to kind of feather in some brow hairs. I'm not creating like huge dark brows, I'm just kind of applying a really light amount of that eyeshadow on so they're not too bold. And then once I get to the front of the brows, I'm just going to turn the brush sideways and create these tiny hair-like strokes. So I'm taking that yellow eyeshadow base again and I'm just applying this in an upside down triangle shape on my lower lip. And then over the top of that, I'm going to apply that yellow Lemon Tart glitter. I'm taking Vinyl, which is the lightest green color from this Kat Von D palette, and I'm just using this to highlight the very outside edges of these green areas on my face and to blend everything in together. I'm extending that middle one kind of down in between my eyebrows so it looks like an upside down triangle shape. And then for lashes, I'm going to be using these Esquito Midnight Symphony lashes. So I'm just applying this with the Esquito Lash Glue, which is one of my new favorites. And then I just decided to go back in with that Green Machine glitter from Lit, and I'm just applying this with my finger. I'm not using any glue, adhesive, or anything like that. I just wanted it to be a really light dusting of glitter. So I'm just applying this pretty much everywhere we applied that light green shadow for the highlight, in between those ridges on my face. And then I'm just popping on this blue wig from Spirit Halloween, and that's it for the look. Alright guys, so this is how it looks under black light. Let's do it. Alright guys, that's it for this Halloween makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I really liked it. It was a lot of fun to do. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!